lovely people, and welcome to this video. As you can suggest by the title of it, is a project reveal, just showing you what I had in mind quite a while now and actually want to bring alive. So, did you ever had a moment when you realized that you love something but don't allow yourself to have it because of reasons? Well, I had such a moment lately. When I was scrolling through Pinterest and seeing all the beautiful lace, mostly really old lace, I was thinking that I don't own a piece of lace. And that was the moment when I realized that I actually do own some lace. And that's the crocheted snowflakes by my grandmother. And she gave me those snowflakes the last 2 years for Christmas, so I could decorate our Christmas tree, and I just love them. They are so fine, and I really appreciate she gave them to me, and she told me how she's sitting all the evenings at home and crocheting those snowflakes just because I was so enthusiastic about it. And I don't remember how this started, but I do remember that I was sitting with her in the living room and she was showing me all the old fabrics she owns, some of them of her grandmother and others she made herself, and the crocheted laces, and I was just so enthusiastic about it. And apparently she decided to make me these snowflakes. So this was the base of the growing idea. It took me a while, but I realized that there are some old colors and cuffs, even entire gowns, which are made of crocheted lace, and they are mostly known as Irish lace. I always knew about them. I even had a project at university about crocheted lace, or Irish lace especially, but I always told myself that I can't have something like that because it's either too expensive or mostly too expensive if I want a high quality I really desire. There was always something that held me back because I was thinking that wouldn't be affordable or makeable. I don't have the time or anything like that. At the other hand, I thought sometimes about making my own lace, but I don't know how to make bobbin lace or needle lace. And actually I know how to crochet, so that was when the idea really was born. I decided, or I wanted to make a crocheted lace color. I always wanted to wear lace color, but I didn't dare to because how do you wear it in a modern clothing? So I was always thought, never mind. Now things have changed and I digged into some research and I really fell in love with the Edwardian shape, and that put it all together. I have all the ideas together, the lace, the shape of the dress. The last thing I really required was the courage to bring this project to life. And you're witnessing the very first tiny step of it now. based on my rather superficial research, I chose a dress based on a virgin silhouette, and I wanted this dress to be quite simple but still somehow extravagant. But I guess this will be already achieved by the silhouette, because nowadays, who wears a silhouette like this? So I found some shirtwaists with pleatings on the front, and I thought this would be a nice simple detail. Yeah, I decided to make some pleats in the front, and maybe also at the sleeves, but I'm not sure yet for that. I wanted the lace to be more in the upper part of the body, and at the bottom of the skirt I just wanted it to be really simple. But I thought about repeating the pleats of the shirtwaist. First I wasn't sure what color to use, but I think a contrasting white brings balance to the whole outfit with the white lace at the upper part and then the white pleating coming out under the dark skirt at the bottom. Since I want the lace to be made of snowflakes, I thought it would be great to use a really dark blue for the rest of the dress, having the idea of a cold winter's night. But then the practical part of me took over and lamented that white lace on dark fabric don't be a good match when washed. So in order to avoid staining, I came up with the idea to make the lace removable. That is actually not a new idea. There are a lot of examples of removable historical colors and chokes, because they had an even greater problem with staining materials back then. So yeah, that's not surprising that it already existed. So I will go with those examples for my project here. Actually, we will see how much of my ideas can be realized, but I decided not to stop me in the first place, just because I think it might not work out. I will see if it works out or not, on how I can figure out some solutions. So now that I have a rough idea how I want this gown to look like, I have to think about the realization. I haven't made a historical accurate dress ever before, but I decided to make this a challenge. So there's not just the upper layer I'm drawing right now, but all the layers underneath, which are responsible for the typical Edwardian shape, and I want to make them all too. Call me crazy, maybe I am, but my plan is to sew all the layers as historically accurate as possible and to cross out all the lace needed for all these layers too. Well, it will take a lot of time, and especially because I have no experience with historically accurate sewing. But you know, I always stop myself from a similar project because of lacking knowledge. And this time I want to hold myself accountable, and that is actually the reason why I made this video. Now you guys know, and you can ask me how far I've come, and even if all the ideas don't work out, at least I started right now. So if you want some real life updates, you may go to my Instagram page, and otherwise the very next steps to do is doing the research on the undergarments like a chemise or the combinations, and starting learning how to crochet that fine lace. So if you are curious if I will succeed in this project, watch out for the next video or hit that subscribe button so YouTube can do so for you.